asked by many pet owners over the years, why do dogs chase their tails? It's kind of a funny behavior. We usually just kind of laugh at it. It's typically not something that you would concern yourself with or worry about. I will a little bit later in this video talk about when it is concerning, but most of the time it's nothing to be worried about. Tail chasing is usually a harmless behavior that's seen in younger dogs, and it usually only lasts for a few minutes. So you may see your dog, spinning around for 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, but it's not going to be something, where your dog's chasing his tail for hours. Or I have actually even seen dogs sometimes chase their tail and catch it, and then they do a few more spins, but they typically let it go and move on. If your dog is excessively chasing their tail, or it is a habit that's popped up out of nowhere, maybe you have a dog that's 3 or 4 years old, they've never chased their tail before, and now all of a sudden they are, that could be a sign that there's an underlying health condition, which we'll get to, but that is really rare. The most common reason why dogs chase their tail is boredom. Like small children, when dogs are bored, they're gonna find something to do to entertain themselves. Now, that might be chewing something that they're not supposed to, getting into the garbage, or something that maybe smells interesting to them, or it could be looking for an activity to do, like chasing their tail. So your dog might be bored, he's laying there, sees out of the corner of his eye his tail wagging, and decides, oh, that might be fun, to chase that thing around for a little while. So a lot of times it really is just boredom, and that's an easy fix. Obviously, you can play with your dog, you can invest in some toys. If you don't have time to play, you maybe work out of the house or work from home and you're too busy to play sometimes. Interactive toys are a great boredom buster for dogs. Playfulness and excitement is another reason why dogs chase their tails. You usually see this in puppies and young dogs. They're just overly excited, or they're just in a really playful mood and they're looking for something to entertain them. And so they, like I said, they catch that tail out of the corner of their eye, or they can feel it wiggling back there and they start playing with their tail. But it's just a playfulness thing. It's something that's really short-lived, and after a minute or two, they have exhausted that activity and they're on to something else. So again, those boredom busters, interactive toys, chews, things that can keep them busy, or you yourself you're the best boredom buster for your dog. Play a game, take them for a walk, go outside, something like that, just to get them mentally and physically stimulated, and chances are you won't be seeing them chase their tail very often. Dogs can chase their tail for attention, especially if, when they start chewing their tail or chasing their tail, you yell at them or go over to them and make them stop. That is attention. It might not be good attention, it's negative attention, but it's still attention, and that's what your dog's looking for. So he's gonna do activities, even naughty activities, like maybe chewing something they're not supposed to, or getting into something, barking, whining. Those kinds of things are attention-seeking behavior in some dogs. Anxiety is an issue that causes a lot of strange dog behaviors. Chasing the tail can be one of those. If your pet is anxious or stressed, he may be chasing his tail or chewing his tail a lot, and that can be from a variety of reasons. You may just have a dog that's more anxious naturally. It might be separation anxiety. It could be anxiety over loud noises, like when thunderstorms are approaching, or somebody in your neighborhood shooting fireworks. So when your dog's chasing his tail, be observant of what's going on at that time. Is it just because he's playful and has a lot of energy? Is it because he's been sitting around for a while and he's bored? Or is it triggered by something that causes him stress and anxiety? Fleas and ticks are often found near the base of the tail, and that can be a reason why your dog is chewing his tail, because it itches in that area. So be sure, especially if this is something that's popped up out of nowhere and your dog's not typically a tail chaser, do an inspection of the hind end, and really your dog's overall body. Just check for fleas, check for ticks, make sure that there's not anything irritating him that's causing him to chew. Medical issues can cause your dog to chase his tail. As I said, this is really rare. It's a lot more common that it's going to be one of the other reasons that I've spoken about, but it could be a medical issue. Pain, infection, seizures, even certain types of cancers can cause dogs to chase their tail. Worm infestations or parasite infestations may cause your dog to chew his tail because they migrate out of the body through the rectum. So there's going to be some discomfort in that area, and that can cause chasing or chewing of the tail. Similarly, impacted anal glands, those can cause pain and pressure in that area, which would cause your dog to be more interested in that area of his body, and you might see some tail chasing or chewing because of that. Obsessive behavior, dogs can suffer from that the same way that people do. So this could be a habit that started, and because your dog has an obsessive disorder, tail chewing or tail chasing has become an obsession for him. If you think that any of these things could be the cause, or if you've been observing your dog and you can't figure out, it doesn't seem to be linked to anxiety, he's not a particularly playful dog or active dog, he doesn't seem to be bored, you have lots of things available for him to do, you take him outside, get plenty of energy, and still he's chasing his tail. Or if you notice this behavior, like I said, if you have a dog that's 2, 3, 4 years old, he's never chased his tail before, chewed his tail, and now he's doing it quite frequently, you want to make sure that you call your vet, get an appointment to go in and just have your dog checked out. Hopefully there's nothing wrong, but that's certainly a sign that something might be an underlying cause of it. And also observe your pet for any other symptoms. If you notice tail chasing or chewing that's coming with other symptoms like lethargy or any swelling, redness in the area, anything like that, it's definitely a sign that there's something wrong, possibly an infection or something of the sort that you want to take your dog in and have him checked out.